What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Bearded Cook. I'm Marcus Hilt. Today we're gonna do a Cedar Plank Salmon with a Maple Bourbon Glaze. Let's get started. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I got the salmon fillet underneath this foil, so it's not in front of the elements. So before I season this salmon, we're gonna get this glaze made up. So what I got here is about 1/3 of a cup of real maple syrup. Don't use the fake stuff, get the real stuff. It's worth the cost. And to that, this is about 2 shots worth of bourbon. Now you can use whiskey, bourbon, cognac, doesn't matter. Just make sure it's brown. I'll take this off and just pour it in. Let's go make up our glaze. Use a basting brush to mix it around. You don't want it too thick, you also don't want it too thin. All right, so we got about 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar. And this is a citrus rub by Heath Riles Bbq. I know y'all see me use his stuff before. If you do not have a citrus-based rub, you can take the zest of an orange, a lemon, and a lime and mix it with the brown sugar. Or if you want to, you can even just take orange juice, lemon juice, and lime juice, mix it with the brown sugar and make sort of like a paste, and then you would spread that over the salmon as well. But because I got citrus rub, that's what we're going to use. So 2 tablespoons of citrus rub, and I got about 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar. We're just going to dump it in there. Use your hands, nothing fancy, move it around. And this is going to be the only seasoning that we put. The citrus rub is an all-purpose with some citrus mixed into it, so it does have some salt and garlic and some other spices to help counteract the sweetness from the maple and the bourbon and the brown sugar. All right, and when you're done, it should look like that. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna get this glaze going. Like I said, just mix it up. Now you don't wanna completely soak this because it does have sugars in it. And if you do, what's gonna happen is as this cooks, the sugar will burn and you're gonna be left with a really dark piece of salmon. So you just wanna get your Picasso on, paint a nice little thin layer on there. And this is gonna be our binder so that the rub sticks. I got that on there. And now we're gonna take our rub. You can do it by hand. The brown sugar stops you from being able to put it in a shaker. So we're just gonna use our God-given tools, shake it on with our hands. You can be pretty liberal with it, being that this is gonna be the only seasoning that we use. And there's not a lot of salt in here, so don't worry about over salting the fish. You can go in and press it in. Make sure you don't have any caked up in one specific spot. Now what we're gonna do after I get this on, we're gonna put it in the refrigerator about 20-30 minutes while I get the grill going. We're gonna be cooking this over direct heat. We are not gonna smoke this. And we're gonna put it on a cedar plank, as I said in the title. And that cedar plank will protect it from getting burnt on the bottom because this is skin on. So we're gonna put it on that cedar plank and cook it probably between 350 and 400 degrees. All right, so this is our cedar plank. You buy it online, they're cheap. I got like a 12 pack for like 12 bucks. It is very important that you soak this for about 30 minutes to an hour, preferably 2 hours in water. If you don't, you might as well go ahead and call the fire department because as soon as it hits this fire, it's gonna flare up. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the salmon on top of this, skin side down, and it's gonna protect the bottom of the fish. Usually, or more than likely, the skin will adhere to the cedar plank board and the flesh will come off, giving you a beautiful piece of salmon. So we're gonna go ahead and get this on first. Sit it right over the fire. And then I'm gonna show y'all this salmon before I put it on the grill. When you let it sit 30 minutes or so, all that moisture that comes out, that salmon has absorbed all of that flavor, that bourbon, that maple, the brown sugar, the citrus. It's gonna make a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece of fish by the time we get done. So now that y'all see it, open the grill up. Nothing special. We're gonna take the salmon fillet. I'm gonna lay it right on top. Center it up. That's it. Only thing we gotta do now is let it cook. Now, maybe about 10-15 minutes, once it reaches about 100 degrees internal, I got some orange, some lemon, and some lime slices, and we're gonna cut some slices and lay it on top. The reason why I'm not doing it now is because I want this rub to set up before I add it to it, so that we get a nice crust on and a nice glaze, and it sets before that citrus sits on top. So I will bring y'all back when we add the slices, but not much to do now. See y'all in a sec. All right, so we temped out about 120, which is a little bit higher than what I wanted it to be, but we're cooking, so there's no big deal. So all we're gonna do is lay these slices right on top, just to make it look pretty. A little lime slice on here on this side. Actually, let's, you know what? We're gonna leave it. Let some of that citrus run down, add a little bit extra layer of flavor to the salmon. Right now we're about 120. We're gonna take this to about 150. We're at 150 degrees. We're gonna take it off, let it rest, and I'll show y'all the finished product. All right, so we temped out at 150 degrees. Now I like 150 degrees for salmon. Some people like to take it up to 165, 140. You probably could do 140 if you trust the source or where you got it from. I wouldn't do 140 if you bought your salmon from Kroger or something like that. So, but we're done. So we'll take it off. Now, because we use this cedar plank, the bottom of it is charred. So you do not want to put this on your table or some nice surface or something you got. So I'm gonna sit it in this aluminum pan, give it a chance to rest. I'm gonna pull this off. Sit it right here in this pan that is hot. Use cotton glove liners. So you see this foamy stuff right here? That's the oils coming out of the cedar. It's the bourbon and the maple. It's the sugars that burnt right here. Don't worry about all that. The bottom of the fish is fine because we got it on the cedar plank and because it is skin on. So we're gonna let it rest. We're gonna tint it with this foil. Let it rest about 10 minutes and we'll flake it up and we'll show y'all the finished product. All right, everybody, so that's it. If you like what you see, consider subscribing. Leave me a thumbs up. Oh, and ring that bell down below so you know when I drop new videos. We're gonna try to do videos every 2 weeks. All right, so we're gonna try to keep the content rolling. Other than that, check these pictures out at the end. Peace.